As tradition states, at the end of every year, we do a state of the collection video to close out the year. Now, many watches pass through my hands, and as always I get carried away, sometimes wanting to keep all of the watches I get. If you want to see the watches that didn't make it into my collection, I leave the video up here. Now, if you notice, this is the second part of the video because the first one was my Seiko Save the Ocean collection. So if you want to see that too, I leave it up here as well. In my collection, I have watches with sentimental value that have appeared in many of these annual videos, so I leave those out. If you want to see which sentimental pieces I'm talking about, you can check out previous collection videos. But now, let's start with my 2024 watch collection. The first watch we have here is completely different from my typical style, yet it has become my practically everyday watch. It's the Norway Wild One. It has become my daily watch for several reasons, but the main one is that it literally withstands everything. High G-forces, water, rain, cold, impacts, everything. So I don't really have to worry about whether it's clean or dirty or if it's wet. Besides, it's a watch that you see on the street and people might not even recognize it. Especially living in a place like Mexico City where having an expensive watch can sometimes be dangerous. The watch is made out of carbon fiber with green rubber inserts. As you know, olive green has become one of my favorite colors. The dial has this wonderful finish with the Norway logo, and at the heart of this watch is an automatic movement, which is the same one used by Tudor. So the quality is there. I like that this watch flies under the radar, not drawing much attention, and of course it's green. Next, we'll quickly move on to two watches that hold sentimental value. The first one is this Yukigeso Reverso, which you already know about because I talk about it a lot. It's a watch that I also have with my wife because I gifted her a similar one, obviously smaller, with our son's initials engraved on the back. What I love the most about this watch is its versatility. And I recently bought several straps, some made of crocodile leather and others with Alcantara, that I feel go perfectly with this watch. Especially now that it's winter, I think Alcantara matches perfectly with warmer outfits. We also have this Grand Seiko Unai, also known as the Sea of Clouds. It's a watch my family gifted to me when I turned 30, which was 1 year ago, and it's extremely special. Grand Seiko is super famous for making spectacular dials, and this one is also a limited edition. The finishing on the case and bracelet is amazing, and also the rotor that covers the entire movement. It's made out of blue titanium where you can see the sparkle of the metal. These watches shine and catch attention, especially in the sunlight. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. Now, as we're on the topic of Grand Seiko, this year I added another to my collection. If you recall, last year I had 4 or 5 Grand Seikos and most of them were sold, but this time I'll close the year with this new one. The one you see here is the last one I received, and it actually came in to be sold at the store, but when I saw it, well, of course it didn't happen, right? This is called the Yukigeso, which, as I've mentioned before, has a very unique inspiration for its style. The inspiration comes from the reflection on the floor of Buddhist temples from the snow falling on tree branches in December in Japan. I mean, I don't know, but I fell completely in love with this one. The color scheme is shades of gray, and it combines perfectly with very colorful straps or gray or black straps. The only problem is that I will have to buy straps because I hardly have any in this size, but I think it's worth it. The finishing, and especially the faceting on the markers and the depth and texture on the dial are incredible. And I'm really excited to buy some other straps in different materials to see how good it looks. But this watch is truly amazing. Then we have a watch with very strong emotional significance because it's the watch I chose for my wedding, which ended up being this IWC Portuguese Ratra Pant. It's a simple watch that can go under the radar and doesn't really get any attention. It's just a simple, elegant watch, but at its heart it has a complication which is beautiful, which is the Ratra Pant chronograph. This watch lets you measure 2 times with 1 chronograph. Now, will I actually use it in real life? Probably not. Will it be useful someday? Not really. But I love these complicated watches that fly under the radar. Plus, this watch uses the same strap size as the Reverso, so it can literally be worn with any color, and I can switch straps and they will look both spectacular. And to close the video of my 2024 collection, we have a very classic and popular watch, the AP Royal Oak. I would dare to say It's the most recognizable watch in history. And this one is a bit flashy as well because it's made out of steel and gold, so it stands out a bit more. This watch also came into the store for sale, and I ended up keeping it because I liked it so much. It's an extremely thin watch, and it's the 33mm version, which for my wrist size is basically perfect. Yes, it's a quartz watch, but believe me, that makes it very comfortable because you literally just take it out from where you store it, put it on, and you're good to go. No adjustment needed. Fast. To a certain extent, I think within the AP family, this is one of the more discreet watches because it fits under a cuff, and if you don't want to show it, no one will notice you're wearing an AP. It might be a contradiction for me to say I like watches that go under the radar and to end the year with an AP, but believe me, it is extremely comfortable and honestly, it looks fantastic. Now guys, this was the video of this year's collection. Thank you for a great year, and I wish you all the best for the coming year. I wish many watches, happiness, health, and all of the best for you and your loved ones. I'll see you next year.